I'm nothing in your world.
You're here now. You're here now. I was all worried and I'm not in my usual setup, so things are crazy, but welcome back, friends. I got to tell you, when there are holidays and we don't get to talk to you guys for a few weeks, I'm miserable. I miss the growth calls so much. I miss them so much. So I am so happy to see all your faces. I'm excited to talk to you guys about what you're seeing. And I've got some really cool numbers to share with you so far on the growth pre. And oh, I see Jen just jumped in. Hi, Jen. I'm going to pin us.
Happy New Year to everybody on the call.
I'm going to pin us. We haven't done that for a while.
I love being pinned, just saying.
All right, so let's talk about content. Guys, the amount of data we're getting in from you guys, and if you are filling out the 201 Club quick race forms every week and sending it into us, we are blown away. We're figuring out for every 25 contacts you get to growth pre, people are getting one appointment. That's huge. So we're talking about 201 everywhere, but guys, 25 clean contacts to one appointment.
So, and I'll add to that, this weekend because we as leadership should also have our 201, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was playing with my numbers and 14 people, one buyer, one seller to refer.
That's huge. That's huge. And if you're on today's growth call, we talk about the 201 Club so much, and the things we're doing are so thoughtful. So I would love it if some of you would raise your hand and talk to me about what you're seeing, what you're feeling when you're doing these touches to get people to that 201. I would love to hear some.
Can you just do a quick overview of what the 201 Plus Club is?
Absolutely. So what Keller Williams found out through their data and research is that for agents who have 201 clean contacts, we're not just talking people in there, they have communication, they have activities, that agent would make about 119,501 in gross commission income. That's a huge amount of money for 201 clean contact. So at KW New England, we put together a program for agents that race you to those 201 contacts through smaller games, because it's difficult to look at your database and say, I'm going to clean it. So what we've done is broken it down into thoughtful races that have things like memory joggers and different ways to talk to your community and get the information you need to really push your career into overthrive in 2023. Ladies, you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, what I could add is, how do you think that Keller Williams was able to come up with that direct statistic of 119,501 in GCI? How do you think that happened? Tiffany, how did that happen?
The data that we added into our CRM system. So at the end of the day, we took all of the agents within the country and Canada and looked at what was in command, and they tracked it and they saw statistics. And the one statistic was at 201 people, that's when your business started growing.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that because we have really the only CRM system that is owned by Keller Williams that is able to provide that data specifically, because it's your data. Your data showed us that if you essentially just plug and play this system with 201 plus contacts in your database, you are basically guaranteed to make $119,501 in 2023. How many of you said yes to that? Curious.
I mean, it's a lot of money for
Tom did. I see him smiling. That's all I can't really see too many people. But how many of you are okay making either 119,501 for your first year in the business, or adding that to your current business?
I've been working with the agents and going to market centers. And when we're talking these things through, it's the smallest things that we're doing that are making such an impact in their community. It's the conversations they're having. We had one agent here in the Westford Mass Market Center who sent out that Inner Circle Google form and got 42 responses and was able to get 42 contacts to 100% from one form. And that was just the first day they sent it out. So follow along. And even if you haven't been racing with us every week, if you go to the201.club, there's no WW, just the 201.club, you can follow the races. You can still import your race data too until the end of all the races for a chance to win Audible Plus for a year, because based on your responses and how many times you enter, you're entered to win that Audible Plus membership for a year, which is if Tiffany gives me one more book to read, my head's going to explode and I might just cry. So I rely on Audible every single day. If she goes and no, I'm not. I can't even with you. I can't. Although,
and I just want to add to that, right? Because I have that one on my shelf. You make it really clear that you don't want to throw up real estate on people, right? Which is the whole point. Like, this growth call was created so that we were giving them an opportunity to have a conversation socially, and we weren't talking real estate.
More human,
Sometimes,
more often.
every once in a while, we throw in some real estate statistics or give you
Yeah.
some real estate information to use, but it's value.
Right.
That way you set yourself apart from the other professionals in your area, that you're providing value to your sphere, your database, your friends on your social media platforms.
Well, and it's how do you get that phone call to happen? And it's not just a voicemail or text with no response. Tiffany and I have talked about it in different parts of Igniter, the growth call, where we've got to make deposits into their value bank. So that way, when we do want to speak real estate, it's easier to make that withdrawal, that we can say, hey, by the way, and then go into what you need to talk about. So when you're making these value deposits, it's so much easier to make that withdrawal, and people know you care about them and what's important to them and how they want to be communicated with. We see a lot of issues with spam and unsubscribes. Well, we really have to look and see, are we sending the message that matters to that person? Because the message is not the message for all. You have to match the message to the person who's at the other side of everything. So that's really what the 201 Club is going to help you do. We call it the Growth Pre, and it's race based and it's gamified. There's all kinds of information on the game board. Like I said, you just click the game board at that link. And even if you're just joining us now, you can start at race 1 and race yourself through. They are thoughtfully thought out. So it's 31 contacts for one race. Maybe it's 25 another time. It's bringing business contacts in, because did you know people don't just live at their businesses? My 6-year-old, mind blown when she saw her teacher at the grocery store. She thought the woman just stayed at school 24/7. She's like, what are you doing outside of the school? But people do leave their businesses. They do have homes, and then the vice versa. How about a great commercial referral to someone who owns a business who may be looking to expand, add more locations, or change locations? The possibilities are endless in the growth opportunities.
And I think that before we get into the content, the only thing I want to add is we gave you an overview, and it may sound really overwhelming. Brooke did an amazing job of making it very small, bite-sized pieces that you could take on. And it may take you more than a week to do one race. It's going to stay up longer than how, it'll be up there for a while, but just take the action, take the first step.
Yeah, this is not coming down. This is going to be up on the website for as long as I'm a part of Keller Williams, because I think this is so important for agents in any stage or age of their career, along with Ignite. When you're stuck or stagnant in your database and you don't know where to go, we've got you with the Growth Pre. And it's such a great way to get in front of your sphere, your community, and bring in new contacts. And because it's not just about updating and cleaning, it's about growing it and adding new contacts every single day to your data bank. And it's the THE201.club. And that will be also, it's usually in our, it's posted in our Growth Call Facebook. If you're not a part of the Growth Call Facebook, we'll add that in after as well. Your Market Center tech trainers have all this info, but make sure you guys are on that Growth Call Facebook group. During the off days when we're not able to join you, we still do post your Growth Call content for you and maybe some little bonus materials, but let me put that in for you. I've got it up on my other screen. Join that so you never miss out on anything. There's people ask great questions. We just ask you kindly not to post your open houses or real estate marketing because it gets real messy real fast and people cannot find what they're looking for with 6,000 agents in our world. So anything else to add? But actually, I want to hear from some people who are really working the growth pre, because when I see the comments, the ahas in that form, I want to cry. I send them to whoever the team leader is. I've been sending them off. Jen got one for me. I'm like, look at your guy go. How did that feel to get that?
Yeah, you have to, if you're not passionate about hearing that from your team members, man, you're in the wrong spot. That was
I lit up your chat. I was texting you from my computer. I'm like, look at what he said. I want to cry.
Yeah, he's killing it.
All right, so raise your digital paw so we can talk to you. I'd love to hear some of your ahas during this. Don't be afraid. Raise your digital paw. I can't see you on the screen. Let me see if I can look at gallery view. If you're waving me down, I can't see you.
Not all at once, guys.
You know, it's the first call back from the holidays, so you know.
All right, let's move into content.
All right, you guys made me sad. If you feel like you want to share, go ahead and drop it into the chat so we can talk about it. All right, it's a new year. Just remember, guys, I see a lot of people jump into the growth call documents in the morning sometimes, and it may not be finalized. Like today, copy paste was not my friend. There was some weird glitch going on, no matter how many times I pasted the correct content and kept reverting. So just know that until 2 o'clock, sometimes you may have outdated things until we publish and it goes out. So here we go. Let me get to the right screen. Doo-doo. All right, everybody can see the growth call content. Awesome sauce. All right, so week 2. Did you guys know I have a succulent addiction? So this is why when this popped up, I was so silly happy because tomorrow is Houseplant Appreciation Day. Now, how many of you have a green thumb? I know Jen doesn't, because once I got her a plant as a gift and she was like, you might want to take this home because you just gave it a death wish.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
That's not lying at all. That is actually true. I could somehow kill a fake plant. I don't even know how that's possible, but it actually has happened.
There's all these great studies about what houseplants do, but what happens is this day is here because during the holidays, we tend to neglect our plants while we're traveling or doing things. So that's one of the bases. But do you have houseplants, real or artificial? It's National Houseplant Day. Today serves as a reminder to give your houseplants a little extra attention so they continue to thrive. Knock your stalks off. That's your hashtag that is going to bring the giggles. I just about die. It's plantastic. And also the little note on the plant says, you're unbelievable. So yes, I cracked myself up. And then, I mean, we have so many dairy farmers in New England, like tons, but it's National Milk Day on January 11th. I don't know about you guys. I love milkshakes. Oh, there's a place, you guys have Newport Creamery down there, and the best milkshakes I've ever had.
Awfuls.
What? Are you drinking one right now? But whatever it is, our friends took us there. Our best friends are from Rhode Island. And I was like, this is the missing milkshake. Like, it was so good. So talk about that. What do you call fraudulent milk? Counterfeit. Start with a little joke. It's National Milk Day. How do you like yours? Chocolate, strawberry, or like my Rhode Islanders, coffee milk. My child is obsessed with coffee milk because of our Rhode Island friends. She has to have it every day now. The syrup, the coffee milk, right? Talk about that. Plant-based or skim in ice cream. Listen, get that calcium in. However, celebrate today by enjoying milk your favorite way. So your hashtag is legendary and it's National Milk Day. And then our other tags. Don't look at me like that, Jen. Listen,
I knew it.
it's so good, right? Lena, we're going to go over it at the second half of this call. So don't worry, I'll run you through the growth parade after I deal with all my little laughter. Now, guys, this was one of our most popular this or that's when we first started doing this. Yes, I'm going to milk these jokes for all they are worth, David.
All right, let's keep scrolling.
This was one of our most popular posts. One of our agents got over 85 comments on this post that they were able to go in and dig and more comments. And it's the silliest thing, but it's the battle of games. Are you a board games person or are you a card games person? So cold weekends mean staying inside and staying busy. When snowed in or too cold to go outside, do you prefer board games or card games? Bonus points for telling me your favorite in the comments. I love this because if you end up closing them, you can always buy updated versions of the board games. They now make them so they look like books and they sit on a bookshelf. Oh, I would love that, just not Monopoly, because I have learned that you never play Monopoly with realtors. You guys are mean. They're like, that's when people flip tables. So what are you? Are you in the chat? Put it. Are you board games or are you card games? Because I'm a gin rummy shark or gin or canasta. It's all card games.
Low jack myself.
You like blackjack?
High low jack.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
explain.
They call it something else too, and I can't think of it. But if you're getting a lot of cards games, what I would do, and I've done this, I would see who's saying cards and I would go to the dollar store and buy as many packs of the dollar cards. You know, you could get a whole stack of the 52 cards for $1 at the dollar store. And I would mail them to the person who commented cards with some silly note in there. And obviously also put, I am looking to help this many families buy, sell, invest, or rent in real estate in 2023. Who do you know? I would always add that. So that's something I would do for this particular post if people are saying cards. You could also get board games for a very cheap as well and do some drop buys in your area. So.
Yes, and I love that. But even at the dollar store, you can get the little travel versions, and those are just as fun. These are your tags. So if they say they are Team Monopoly or Sorry or Parcheesi, guess what? We have a cribbage, like the local library at our town puts on cribbage once a week. So if you know that and you know they're in town, invite them to those things. I don't like cribbage, but I would invite people. Hey, did you know there's a cribbage crew that gets together, no charge, and everybody just plays? There's all kinds of fun things that go on. So now you're adding value because you know something about them. And maybe even find a little tip or trick on how to be great at the game and send that off. But I'll tell you, I will not play Monopoly with my realtor friends. I love you all, but I've never wanted to flip tables so much in my life because you all cheat. I'm just kidding. You're just really good at Monopoly, like all of you. So that's our growth call content for this week. It's ready to go. Plop those bad boys in command. It automatically puts your market center logo and each office is independently owned and operated. Just make sure you have those box checked because you need to add that when you put them out into the world. You do not work for KWDBA. You don't work with them. No DBA logos. Like literally KWDBA. Don't do that.
It's been done. That's why she's saying.
That's why I have to say it. Most disclaimers are because people do things. So you know. All right. Do you want to do any follow-up on that? I'm going to take 1 minute since Cassie's not here to get all the list of names and pull a winner.
Yeah, I guess I just want to ask a question. Does everybody have a goal for 2023? Have you guys set that yet? I'd love to see some of your goals in 2023. We're really working on some good content for the growth calls and what we're going to be providing for you in the future. So we'd love to add whatever goals that you have. We're going to integrate that into what we're going to be providing for you. So love to see in the chat section, put a couple of your goals out, or maybe if it's just a word for 23, whatever your thought is for 2023, put it in the chat right now. We'd like to see that. I'd like to see some scrolling of some things, of goals, words. I will tell you my word for 2023 is grit. Grit, grit is my word for 2023. And I've also attached an acronym to it. It is great relationships in time. And that's my grit for 2023. What is your goal or word for 2023? I don't see any yet. We have no participation today. What's going on? All right, here we go. Fearless. I love that. Being present with tasks.
Jen,
Yes.
persistence instead of procrastination.
Who is this? I can't really hear you that well, but
That was Edward.
Yeah.
persistence. Say it
Instead
again.
of procrastination.
I love that. You know what? You know what my word was for 2022? Anybody? Edward? It was action. And it was because of that particularly. So many times we prepare, and we don't do what? Take action. So I love that, Edward. That's exactly what my 2022 was, and it goes into my 2023 with grit. So love that. Look at these intentional habits, consistency. Do you guys see these words? These are all words that we start our year with. I encourage you to check your words on a daily, weekly, monthly basis with your friends, your coworkers, your associates, anybody in your world, and see if you're following through with that. Because you know what, the gym right now, how many people are going to the gym right now, and the lines on the
Ridiculous.
treadmills and the bikes are like 5 deep. What happens February 15th? How many lines are there?
I get my equipment back. Like,
It start open. It happens every single year. What I'm going to recommend is don't let that happen to you this year. Set yourself up. Be persistent. Use these words that you see here in our chat section. Consistency, habits, intentional. I love that one.
I love that word. I love the word intentional.
Let 2023 be your year. Okay.
Yes. Cool. So I have a winner, and I just got to make sure they're still on. Valerie Brower. Did I say that right? Did I totally mess that up? Valerie, I see you.
No, you said it perfectly.
Woo! It's my good Canadian roots. It likes to
It's
make
perfect.
everything
It's all right.
awesome. Now, are you a longtime listener? First time?
I'm in and out. I'm in and out.
Nice. Nice. And what market center are you with?
North Andover.
Hello, North Andover. You're right up the road from me. Awesome. Well, Cassie will reach out and get the book out to you. You are winning the first, do I have it here? First time home buyers book. I don't. I gave it away as a gift. So you're winning the first time home buyers book, the newly released one. It's fabulous.
Can you pick another person?
Do you
Because
already
I have-
have it?
I've been giving them out at my first time home buyer workshop. I gave them out. I gave them to my nephews for Christmas. I still have like 7 left. So give it to somebody else. Pull someone else.
How about this? Do you have profit first?
No.
We're going to send you profit first instead. So you
Okay.
still get your prize, but thank you
All right.
so much that was so thoughtful, but we're going to send you profit first instead. So you have that. And if you have not heard Michael Michalowicz live, the author of this book, he is pee your pants funny. Like you hear it, I say his name and people are cracking up in the office. It's like on cue. So he's wonderful. Tiffany, you heard it. He's wonderful. All right, guys. We can't wait.
David just said something in the comments, and I have to ask everybody on this call, how many of you are we going to see live outside of a Zoom box tomorrow for Shift into Overthrive? Oh, I see someone waving. Who's that? George, we'll see you. Great.
Nice.
I assume you'll be there.
I'll be there. Cat will. So many people are going to be there. Guys, make sure you tell us who you are, because you look so different than these little boxes sometimes. Like, I'm a lot shorter than most people think I am. I'm really short. So everybody always says that to me. You're so much littler than I thought you were, which is a great compliment, by the way. So
Driving in now. Deborah, be safe. Two
Yep.
of you. 10 and 2. All right. So we're looking forward to seeing you guys live tomorrow. And Brooke, you're going to take it away.
I am. So guys, stay on. We're going to stop the recording for a minute and then we're going to jump into the growth pre so that we can record it separately for our friends who jump in for the growth pre. Tiffany and Jennifer, thank you so much for being on. Let's see, remove pin. All right.